Hello, everybody, and welcome to the SModCo SMorning show, broadcasting from the home of the comic book men, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. My name is Ming Chen.
You couldn't smile more if your smile couldn't be broader if you were
I got
like
a very big smile.
5 people.
I got a very big smile.
It's amazing.
I'm very happy today.
I
I'm very happy.
Good morning, Ming.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm Ducky, thank you.
We are
Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Zapcic.
We have special guests in the house.
We do have special guests
today.
in the house. I had completely forgotten that
How
Sam
could you
was
forget
coming
this?
back because I was driving. That's why you told me when I was driving. I forget everything, Ming. I forget my kids' names sometimes.
All right.
I forget which one of them I'm supposed to beat with a switch. Oh no, too soon.
All right, Adrian Peterson.
All right,
no,
too
dude,
soon.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Cut that out.
Horrible. No,
Cut that out.
Keep that shit in.
Let's be positive today.
We are. I'm positive that he's a dick. That's what I'm positive with. Adrian, he's gonna come here. He's gonna come here and punch me in my face.
He's gonna make you pick out your own switch,
exactly.
Mike. Sitting to my left, back in the morning show SModCo studios, all the way from Los Angeles. She stepped off a plane.
Los Angeles.
And she is here. This is the first thing we make her do upon her arrival home.
Oh, good coffee.
Yes.
We made her make coffee.
Yeah.
No, we did not.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Samantha Aurelio.
Samantha Aurelio, Grammy-nominated artist, and most importantly, friend.
Coffee drinker extraordinaire.
Friend of the family and coffee drinker. Samantha
my
Aurelio,
friend.
everybody.
Hello.
Back in the house.
Back in the house.
Back in the house. And to my left,
Yes.
he needs a man who needs no introduction.
No.
Actually, a man who needs plenty of introduction.
Yes.
He's got the handheld mic. Fresh from his time out in Rahway State Penitentiary.
Yeah. No. He's got the look.
It is so nice to be back here, guys.
Marc,
Costello.
good time fellow.
The good time fellow.
Costello.
Thank you for having me back. It is always a hoot to be here in the morning show, and I don't even mind that that I have to get up early and run up here and sweat more than I usually do.
Let's be honest, you didn't do a lot of running.
No.
You didn't. No
I did a lot of huffing, a lot of gut grabbing, and a lot of, like I said to you, some people would call that a cardio workout. I almost called it a cardio event.
Yes. Here's a really fun thing.
Yeah.
Was that poor Marc? He texted me. He's like, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." 10 minutes go by, and I just texted him, "Do you ever get tired of lying to me?" And then I go across the street to what the hell did I went to go get change.
Yes.
For the day, and he still wasn't here. I walk over, he's like,
Cigarette hanging out.
yeah, cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
It's huffing.
And I'm surprised he wasn't holding a bottle of, like, Old Bombay gin. Hey, Marc, welcome to the party, pal.
That is how I stay in this fantastic physical, or what I like to call Olympic shape that I keep myself.
Oh,
in.
you're beautiful.
But thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
Of course. So Samantha literally just stepped off a plane.
Yeah.
Like not even 12 hours ago.
Not even 12 hours ago.
Fantastic.
And here she is.
You heard we're coming, right?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Kamikaze one more time.
Come back to LA.
I have to take vacation just for your vacation, so
Fantastic.
that I can be a part of it.
if you want to hang out with us, I mean, like, during the entire thing, you're more than welcome. Brody, man, we can never get enough
at
help.
the con?
Brody, man, yeah, Sam would be great at the end.
I mean,
you're like, Sam's too good for that con. But Brody, man,
You'll have fun for an hour.
I've never been to a con.
If you want to come.
You're more than welcome. Yeah, listen to Ming. Ming's like, I don't want my worlds colliding.
No. I totally want my worlds.
No, I don't want my worlds to collide.
I totally want my worlds colliding. Right. If you want to come, we'll be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, October 31st, November 2nd.
And I need you to do me a favor. We got to email Andy.
Okay.
You and I have to email the honchos at AMC about The Talking Dead.
Okay.
I want to be on The Talking Dead so bad.
You want to be on the couch?
I want to be on the couch.
You don't
want to be on the couch?
You should be on the couch. It should just be you.
Why? You don't want to be on?
I want to be on. You don't need me.
But it's us, man. We're a brand, buddy.
It should be you and like Laurie Holden. That would be cool. I've already sat on a couch with Laurie Holden. It was great. Not Laurie Holden.
Lauren Cohen.
Lauren Cohen. It should be you and Lauren Cohen.
All right, that'd be great.
Lauren Holden's dead.
Okay.
In the show, not for real.
Hey, and a big thumbs up to Shaniqua Martin Green.
Yes.
Martin Green, yes.
Pregnant.
She's pregnant. Congratulations
and
to her and her
Green,
husband.
her husband Kenrick. He's powerful. He's virile.
Way to get in his corner, Ming. I like that. That was good. I'm sure he's like, see, Mom, Ming Chen called me powerful.
Sneak
and
was
virile.
a member of The Walking Dead, but I love her. I'm a bigger fan of her husband though. He's this really cool dude. His name's Kenrick, and he always travels with her.
And what does he do
in stuff? He's also an actor as well. He's been on Broadway. He does a lot.
Okay, cool. I
cool.
don't know. I didn't know. So
he's like this really cool guy, and I think the last time I talked to him, I was like, yeah, this might be I think I gave him inspiration.
That's exactly what you gave him.
Because
she had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I mean, usually
all right, I'll fake an orgasm. It'll be all right.
Yeah,
too soon.
Yeah, no,
all right, okay.
Samantha, you got plenty of time for this, but usually when if you get pregnant, you wait 2 months until you tell anybody because a lot can happen in those first 2 months with the kid. So you wait to see if it's okay, and then you tell everybody. Last time I saw Kenrick about 2 months ago.
Nice.
I'm just saying.
And you gave him a rub down. Here you go, Kendrick.
I gave him a pep talk.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Goodness gracious.
Little Ming Chen pep
Lord.
talk. It's like, listen, I've done this twice, and it worked.
Gotcha. Hey.
Yes. Yeah. But how was your trip over? It is amazing to see you back here.
It's so good to be back. I was like, oh my God, fresh air, green pastures.
Isn't it amazing? When I went to L.A., I was like, it doesn't really smell any different, but I felt it like at the end of the day. I'm like, man, this is heavy.
You can't breathe.
Yeah, it's the heavy
but
air.
But you don't realize it.
I was sounding like Marc, actually.
It's heavy, Mike. Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
I believe so. There, Doc Brown.
In 2015.
Yeah.
Hey. Best movie.
Yeah. So how are you finding out there? Obviously you haven't come screaming back like a lot of people have.
Yeah. No, I love it out there. It's really great. I've met a lot of really amazing people out there, and
I think that's very important.
Yeah. I've sort of gravitated towards some very wholesome characters out there, which I know it's
okay.
It's
that's very important as well.
Wolf in sheep's clothing out there, so it can get a little.
I feel a story coming up.
Oh, maybe I have some
need
stories.
one. I need me a story. All right.
But no, it's really great out there. Actually, I really enjoy it. I definitely needed to come back here. I was talking to my roommate, and I was like, "Do you know what's great about suburbia? Parking lots." She was like, "Oh, honey, you need to go home."
Yeah. But literally, you were out there. You've been out there. Did you live out there, dude?
No, I didn't live out there, but I spent so much time out there.
Yeah.
I'd go out and spend 3 weeks out of a month, come home, be home for a couple months.
You would stay at Eddie Van Halen's house.
Yeah,
correct?
Up on Coldwater Canyon. Yep.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, well, it was a nice
Ain't
little
no
place.
thing.
And he lived right next door, let's not forget, to the Bionic
Lindsay
Woman.
Wagner.
Yeah, so
Wait, who do you live next to?
Lindsay Wagner.
Bionic Woman.
Really?
Yeah, right next door.
They weren't really friends, were they?
No, they weren't friends. Not to go off on a tangent, but she used to call the house and complain because Edward had a tendency to practice and work out new material with the door open, and the studio was behind the house, and it was facing her house. So
Is it true that he would literally practice for 14 hours a day?
You know what? I didn't see him do it for 14 hours, but to be honest with you, I would hardly ever see this guy around his house without a guitar strapped around him. If he was making something to eat, if he was dicking around outside by the pool, he'd have a guitar on.
Wow,
yeah,
and it would be an awesome guitar, right? It'd be like a strap.
It was usually that red, white, and black.
No way.
Yeah, that was his.
No
he would
way.
always have that. That's why I was so beat
Shower,
up, man.
it's time to shower. You could jump in the.
The freaking one from the Jump video?
Yeah.
No way.
Absolutely, that was his main thing. Swear, dude, swear.
That's crazy.
And he would just have it on. He'd go to the house and he'd have on, no shirt, a pair of jeans, and he would have that guitar on, just walking around the back, much like you and I would carry a cup of coffee, or now these iPad tablets.
I carry a podcast mic.
There you go. You sure do.
Let me ask you a question. In retaliation, did Lindsay Wagner breastfeed in front of him? Hey, here, I'm going to breastfeed my 12-year-old son right in front of you to creep you the hell out.
Is that what she's known for?
She breastfed her children for a very long time.
I was hoping you'd explain that.
Yes, for a very long time. Okay. She, I think it was years. As a matter of fact, like he was 6 and he was still being breastfed.
That's crazy.
What?
So it was like watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's like okay. That's
Sam. You haven't seen any of this out there? Have you been to any of these crazy parties?
No.
Yet? We need it when we're out there. Model party.
We you know what we should do is go to find out when Corey Feldman's having one of his things.
We have to pay to get into that shit.
No, we don't. I mean, come on, we're us. So let's. Hey, Corey, it's us.
Yeah,
we'll bring people with us who will pay.
There you go.
Right?
Do you want to go to a Corey Feldman party?
You said model party. I mean, he's got models there. Personally speaking, it's not like I'm going to go there to. hey, look at me. No, but we'll go. And
can any of your connections get you in over at Hef's place, over at the mansion? I mean, you got to be able to make a couple of calls. That's where I'd want to go, to be honest with you. Right?
Have you going?
Have you been to the mansion yet?
No, but I would be down to go.
Would you like to go to the mansion?
I would love to.
I think Johnson would be down to go to that. He'd be like, all right, I'll go.
I wonder when we can get into the mansion. Now, there are two tiers when you go to the mansion.
Start my workout and diet regimen today. So when I walk
Me too.
May I say that
I'll do sit-ups with you.
May I say you look amazing. I haven't seen you since March, I think. You looked amazing then. You look amazing now.
Thank you.
And that just brings to mind something that Rob Bruce said, our friend Rob Bruce. You met Rob Bruce a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Rob came with us to L.A.
We're sorry about that, by the way. I don't think I ever apologized for that. Although Ming should do most of the apologizing.
Not apologize. We had a good time.
We had a great time.
We had a fantastic time in spite of Rob. So, okay,
we
go
had a good time with Rob.
With Rob.
In spite of.
But Rob friended you on Facebook, and he's been seeing photos of you lately.
Yes.
And every time I see him, he's just like, he's stunned. He's like, whoa. I'm like, what? He's like, have you seen Sam? I'm like, yeah, why? It's like, she's like, whoa, like L.A., like,
so
just made this like transformation. And I'm like, yeah, and? He's like, he's been blown away.
Yeah, you kept telling me. I was like, I don't even really know what that means.
The Rob Bruce, it's like the Mohs hardness scale. It's creepy because he'll be like, he'll come in here and say the most inappropriate things, and then just assume that I'm going to back him on him, and then for him to say that to me is like, really? Well, I mean, it's a compliment, but it's sort of the.
Oh, it's totally a compliment. Rob's not like that guy.
But it's a creepy compliment.
Yeah.
And, it's Rob Bruce, for God's sake.
He was speaking honestly, which I thought was, here, look over here.
Which,
smile.
Why do they have to be mutually exclusive? I mean, a compliment, being honest and being creepy can be the same thing. And often are in Rob Bruce's case.
I don't know, Sam. You're looking pretty good.
He didn't say it like that. He was just. Oh yeah, is that your Harrison Ford? This is Mike's Harrison Ford impression.
I love you.
But no, you've been out there a year, almost a year to the day now.
A year to the day yesterday. Yesterday, which is funny because yesterday I got on a plane and flew here, but yesterday I got on a plane and flew there.
Yeah.
And yes, we actually saw you off.
Yeah,
didn't we?
You did.
You were your last thing.
Yeah.
Boom, and then you were off.
And now here I am, my first thing back.
Fantastic. You didn't even. You stopped at Rook, and then you were podcasting. So boom. I literally thank you so much.
Home, sleep, hang out with the dog. Come here, get coffee.
Yes.
I even needed a ride because I don't have a car. Well, my dad's car's in the shop, so I'm like stranded.
Gotcha.
Well, tell her what happened. So you have a car here.
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, so it's.
Let me know if you guys have ever heard of this before. So
my dad, he works for Amtrak.
Okay.
And so he works in the Secaucus station, so his car was over there. And what are they called? In the
lug nuts.
Yeah, someone loosened all of them on his car, and he was driving, and he's like, "What is wrong with this car? What is wrong with this car?"
Did it fall off?
No, but
thank God.
Like he was like, it took him like forever to get home because he didn't know what was wrong. He kept pulling over,
right?
And then when he figured out what it was, he like tightened them the best he could to get home. So he had to take it to the shop. But like in the parking garage, there's like cameras and stuff. My dad's like, someone's going to jail.
Dad owe a lot of money to the wrong people. It sounds like.
Yeah, like I guess. Like what have you been doing for the last year?
Who does that? It's a Nissan Altima. What year is it? Like 2003?
It's not. It's not a. It was the Ford Escape.
Oh, the Escape.
The Escape. The hybrid.
Like who does that?
Dickweeds. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say scumbags. This sounds like something like going to a diner and unscrewing the lids to the salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah.
Except with
Mike,
more.
have you done this?
No. I'm just the salt and pepper shakers. Absolutely. I think if you haven't,
I did it once and I felt really bad.
Of course you did because you ruined someone's lunch. It was horrible. Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah.
So anyway.
So on sort of a higher like scheme of that,
it's sort of like an even
like
more evil.
One step, maybe two.
No, I would go like 8 because you could actually die from that.
Yes, definitely like a whole different like that was crazy.
I know that's nuts. Do that. But if you know the salt shaker,
that's like.
I mean, granted, if you ate all that salt, you could probably get hypertension and eventually die. But this is a little more immediate.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference between this is a little too salty, and you can send that back, as opposed to you're going down the parkway and your wheels come off the car 80 miles an hour.
Yeah, Mark has a point there.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying.
Just a small difference.
The hypertension.
Yeah, so
this is like 6 tiers up. You're like, oh my God, someone wanted my father dead.
How
but
did
it was
he find
probably
out?
not even. Well, he was driving and it.
Yeah,
it
he
sucked.
was driving, and my dad.
You could
worked
hear
on,
it, or
yeah, you could hear it. And
Okay.
my dad worked on cars a lot.
It feels like the Flintstones vehicle.
Yeah.
Remember those ones where the the wheels would chip off?
Yeah, and they'd get smaller and smaller, and then Fred would just like pick it up and run like it was a. I was going to say Ouija board. Like it was a rickshaw.
Yeah.
Like it was a Ouija board.
Dude,
holy Christ.
Dude, that was the Goggles Paisano episode.
I loved Goggles Paisano. Of course I do.
Do you remember that episode? Do you remember that episode?
I don't. I'm sorry.
He was driving, and his boss was there, and he took the day off, and he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And he started, hey, I'm a Goggles of Paisano.
Yeah, he puts on a pair of goggles and a helmet, and they mistake him for one of the race car drivers. And he's like, I'm Goggles Paisano. So he gets in the race, and he starts winning.
Oh, my God.
And then
He starts winning, and then he hits a thing in the road, and his wheels start chipping off, like much like it probably felt when your dad was driving that car. And then the wheels completely chip off.
And he's still in the lead. He's got 1 foot left to go over the finish line.
Yeah, so he picks up the car and he walks over, and he
that's
wins.
funny.
So you think?
Yeah. of
Then he
course.
gets DQ'd. He gets disqualified because I don't know.
Probably-
It didn't go under its own steam.
Yeah, which is crap. I think.
Funny how
Barney did that. Barney made that race car.
Did he really?
Yeah, that was the whole conceit of the episode. Is Barney makes race cars in his garage.
Yeah. So when you go home, Dad, you're Goggles Paisano.
Yeah,
You
I'll let
tell
him
him
know.
Goggles Paisano.
He may know.
I'm sure he's gonna listen to this, so he'll just.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hey, Sam's dad.
He's the coolest.
His name's
It's like-
Joseph.
Hello, Mr. Joseph.
Hello, Mr. Aurelio.
Just really quick, the fact, can't brush over it. Goggles Paisano.
Yes.
Guess it was okay to use that name back in the 70s.
Oh, yeah,
a
it
little
was.
bit of a
Yeah.
No,
know,
it
I
was
think
the
it's
60s, but okay.
60s. Yeah, but I mean, you didn't call him like Mickey Mick. Just
Yeah, right,
Paisano,
or-
a little bit of a,
Well, you know what?
Thank God the
It'll-
Italians have a sense of humor. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes, yeah. Borrow money from him. See how much of a sense of humor they have.
You get
It
your
was
wheels-
only
you
kidding.
get
I was
your
going to
wheels
pay you
taken
back.
off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mr. Aurelio, you really should pay that money back. Just so you know. Just saying.
At least the VIG.
Yes.
Yeah.
At least make the VIG.
You can pay down the debt. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Never.
So Sam, let's talk about what you've done in the last year. Basically, you're kicking ass.
I'm trying to.
Now you were a Grammy musician. You moved out there to further your career.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what you're doing
That's pretty much what I'm doing
right now.
Yeah,
You're playing like a ton of shows.
Ton of shows. I have a band, and they're amazing.
How do you find a band in a strange and wonderful land?
Well, this is the story of what happened. So I booked a show at Hotel Cafe. So
which is huge.
Which was huge.
if you look at Hotel Cafe, if you look at who's played there,
like every single person that I look up to started on that stage. So I've been trying to book it probably since I've been going to LA. Sort of.
how do you book it? How do you book a show at Hotel Cafe?
You send emails and you brag about yourself.
Okay,
Excellent. That's
that's
you
basically.
can Ming. Why aren't you on this stage?
I'm too humble.
Yeah, I think we can all agree
too
to that.
humble.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I have
you
been
literally hello Hotel
Yeah,
Cafe.
so I was-
Samantha
it's
Aurelio,
like-
I am awesome.
And I go there. I live around the corner from it, so I would
You
go
do?
there all the time and introduce myself to the bartenders and whatever, and just say hello and
Cool.
see a lot of really great shows.
You're pulling a Madonna.
Yeah, you know.
All right.
I mean, ain't no thing. It's totally fine. So I had emailed the guy, and we were emailing back and forth about dates, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to book me. No way he would just keep talking to me
Right.
if he's not going to book me. And then he just never sent me another email, and I never got
Hello,
a date.
LA.
And I was like,
You dick.
amazing, that's great. And then I was so frustrated. I'm sitting there and I was typing up emails, and I was like, I'm just gonna shoot him an email. And it took 45 minutes for me to draft this email, because I went from being it went from super professional, and then we got on friendlier and friendlier terms, and then I was like, all right, so I guess I'm starting over now. So I sent him a very professional
Formal,
email.
very
yeah.
formal.
So I wrote him up this whole thing, drafted it to my roommate. I was like, does this sound okay?
Right.
And she was like, yeah, it sounds good. Just send it. I send it 5 minutes later. He's like, how about May 24th at 7? And I was like, I shouldn't respond right away.
It was that
I
easy?
shouldn't. I
Yes.
shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
should-
wait 2 days.
I
I'm gonna do the.
was
Hard to get.
I don't want to be so eager.
Did you wait the 2 days, or did you go right back?
I was like 20 minutes.
Okay,
that's a girl.
20 minutes is good.
And so I booked a Friday night at the Hotel Cafe, and I was like, oh my God, I need a full band. I need a full, because I was playing shows with just piano and an acoustic guitar, and I was like, I want to fill this room. Like, I want it to be like a really big show. I want a full band there. Because when I played out here, I would play with bass, drums, and guitar. So I wanted that sort of like ensemble on stage. So you
needed your holding company.
You needed backup.
Nice Janice reference.
You wanted backup. No, you didn't need backup. You don't need backup. You wanted backup.
I really wanted
gotcha.
it. I wanted,
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, even Janice needed a little holding company.
But it also provides you with a different sound that you're going for.
Bigger, it adds a lot more intensity with a drum set, like all that stuff. And
you ain't playing the Ramada Lounge.
Listen.
This is the Hotel Cafe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got to work your way up.
Yes. I'll get there. Hey, we're working on it. Don't remind me where I am. Thanks.
All right, no, that's all right.
Yeah, stop keeping her grounded, Mike.
You know what? I'm sorry. No. I'm just saying that I love the Ramada Lounge, especially in Weehawken. It's a phenomenal place.
Isn't that the Tube Bar?
Yes, it is actually. But hey, you know what?
Yeah, so you're pumped.
Yeah, so I was pumped. So I'm calling around, asking my friends who have lived in California for a long time, and I'm like, do you know any instrumentalists? So I get hooked up with this bass player, and then he won't. He was like, I'm sorry, I just can't do it for that much money and that many rehearsals and da 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 da. And I was shot down. I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna find someone out here. And a friend of mine who I know through Jay Grida.
Yes.
I know my friend Hillary out in LA through him, and I called her, and she's a freelance sound engineer. And I was like, do you know anyone? Please. I'm sitting at Solar de Cahuenga on Cahuenga and Franklin.
Yes.
Drinking a latte the size of my face, just racking my brain trying to figure out how to do this. I'm on the phone with her, and she's like, well, this guy, if you get him on your set, that'd be so crazy. He's a session guy. He's really great. And he just played with Ringo Starr at the Hollywood Bowl.
Okay.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Ain't no thing. It's totally fine. Whatever. So she drafts him up this email. He gets right back to her, friends me on Facebook, gets my number, we call, and he checked his schedule to see if he was available for my show, but he was going to be in France.
Oh.
So he was like, all right, well, give me how many rehearsals you need, how many songs it is, the date, the time, and how much you can pay, and I'll find people in your range.
Wow.
And in 2 days, he had a drummer for me by the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then
Was it Ringo?
That would have
been key. Ringo does this crap for free, so he's got all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Hello, Samantha.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
I heard you needed some drums.
See, now I swear to God, if I were Ringo Starr, I'd be like, I'll do it.
Yeah, why not?
I would. I'd be like, Sam Aurelio, she's on the way up.
Yeah,
I'm sort of on the way down. I mean, not on the way down, on the way out.
We'll meet in the middle there.
Yeah, he's Ringo, for God's sake.
But think of his track record. It took him 20 years to reply to that letter to Marge.
That's right.
But she did forgive the lateness of his reply.
She did.
So, all right.
She did. So you had a drummer.
Yeah, got a drummer. Got a bassist.
Not Ringo. Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. It wasn't Ringo.
It was not. No.
Not even Pete Best. Hey.
Is he still alive?
Yes, he is.
It's so sad.
Yeah, so I got a band, and we had an amazing show. We brought a ton of people out, and
were you really worried about finding musicians in Los Angeles? Aren't they the homeless dudes musicians?
See, I would worry about finding musicians in LA that aren't dressed like Spider-Man. That would have been my thing.
I could have went to the crackhead Elmo on the corner. I'm sure that he plays bass. But I don't know. It was just to find. I come from I went to school with so many musicians, and I have so many people that I can just call and be like, hey, let's play a show, and they'd be so down.
Yeah.
So going to somewhere where I knew no one,
right,
and to find someone who would fit in their schedule, to find someone who would enjoy the music, not just someone who would come in and just
and
play
proficient at their instrument.
Exactly.
You can't go in there and have
pick up anyone. Yeah. Yes, and I'm picky. I went to college with amazing musicians, so I'm a little picky. And they were unreal, and they've stuck with me. And we are, that's how I found them. And
Excellent.
we're going into the studio when I get back. we already have like studio time, and
should you need to like swap them out for those crackhead Elmos, just remember if you pay in drugs, just parse it out a little bit. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Right? Just make sure that they show up. It's like, that's the come on. I'm just telling you.
Half for rehearsal, half for the performance.
Don't give them money. Give them drugs.
Just give them a taste. Keep them coming back. Just, here it is. Come back. To be honest with you, let me give you my phone number before we get out of here, because I'll do that.
Mark can get stuff wholesale for you.
Amazing.
And I'll play in the band. I mean, just make sure you cuddle it and don't step on it. Just give me, just a little something on the side.
There you go. And Ming just checked out when I started talking.
No. We're on live.
I noticed he did fall asleep there for a second.
No, we're on live. I'm just telling everybody.
Oh, okay, we're on live, folks.
We're live?
SModcast.com/ I'm tweeting it out to everybody.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know. What's up, guys? How's it going, world?
Hello. So you can tweet us then. I'm at MingChen37. Mike?
At Michael Zapcic, MichaelZapcic.
Marc?
Marc Costello. I am at Good Time Fellow.
And Samantha?
At Samantha Aurelio. SAMANTHAAURELIO.
Excellent.
Dare you to spell that.
And here come the tweets
I did.
already. Look, there's a couple coming in.
There you go.
I've got one here from MassageMyCatToOrgasm.com. They were wondering what time. Oh, wait, that's not to us.
Increase your manhood. Okay, all right, thank you.
I'll tell you, man.
Oh, and may I just say one thing? Very happy birthday to Mr. Adam West. He turns 86 today.
Oh.
Adam West.
Adam West.
The Batman
86
himself.
today.
Happy
we saw him this
birthday.
weekend. He looks phenomenal.
Amazing.
Even though he had to sleep in a box outside the Richmond convention center.
Sam. You're familiar with Adam West, right? The guy who played Batman. I don't know. Did you ever watch the 66 Batman, the TV show? Never?
Yeah, Sam looks way too young, man.
Yeah.
Sam looks way too young, man.
No.
So the guy who played Batman, still huge now, Adam
Yeah.
West. So we went to a show in Richmond this weekend.
Yes.
And,
We did.
Long story short, Brian Johnson inadvertently stole his hotel room. Did you hear the story?
I did not.
Stop.
So-
This is great.
Yeah, so just real quick, usually when we go to these shows, Brian insists on being checked under an assumed name. Like he doesn't want people bothering him, like calling him and knocking on his door.
I'm just going to start doing that.
It's just never. I don't know if it's ever happened, but he's scared it will. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
He used
Whatever
several,
floats your boat.
I think he used like Max Power once. He's used.
I just want to throw one in because you said using an assumed name, and we were talking about my old buddy Edward Van Halen, and this is funny. His assumed name when he used to stay in hotels, he used to stay under the name Sherwood Schwartz.
No way.
Yep,
Oh,
that
cool.
was his assumed name. So
Brady Bunch.
that was Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island,
Yeah.
all of them. Yeah, that was his assumed name.
Wow.
So, and if he's still using it, sorry, I just fucked you over, dude. But I'm sorry.
Now,
I just wanted to throw that in.
I'm going to start checking. Hey, can I speak to Sherwood Schwartz?
Yeah. So Brian thought he had been checked under the name Adam West at the hotel we were staying.
Why he thought that, I have no idea.
So they started calling him Mr. West, and they gave him a room. Later on that night, we see the real Adam West at the registration counter.
Midnight.
Do the impression, Mike.
What do you mean you don't have my room? I just got off a plane. I'm really
He was
tired.
very animated, and he was mad at the hotel staff.
It's like, holy crap,
They
that
could not
boy.
find his reservation.
And we're at the bar, and our friend Sherry says, I've never met Adam West. I would love to meet him. And I said, come on, let's go. We'd just done the thing with him. I'm like, come on, I'll introduce you. And I hear, I'm going to get angry now. And I'm like, I think that I'll introduce you tomorrow. What do you say? And we'll leave Mr. West to his conundrum.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to meet people right now.
No. I was like,
So
Christ.
I'm joking around with Brian. I was like, I think you stole Adam West's room. We're like, haha, no way. That can't be right.
No, I wasn't joking. I was like, I think he stole his fucking room.
I was
And
joking
then-
around. The next day, it hits Brian that he may have stolen his room. He sends me pictures of the room that he got.
Yeah.
The full-on suite with a kitchen and like French doors and a balcony.
Yeah.
And me and Mike got these shoe boxes. So,
I mean, they're perfectly serviceable
yes,
shoe boxes,
but they're not what he has.
He's got a jacuzzi in his room.
Yeah.
He has a jacuzzi. I'm like, there's no way they're giving Brian Johnson a jacuzzi.
And I'm just like, dude.
Just because they don't want to have to clean the
You
hair out of the
took
filter.
Adam West's room.
He stole Adam West's room.
That's amazing.
Adam West's room.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Oh, my goodness.
That's amazing.
It was.
No one steals Adam West's
Oh my
room.
gosh, that's so crazy.
It was amazing. I was like, well, all right. Bye.
And then you go in and you find out that Adam West has like all these like kinky riders in his contract.
Oh,
you
yeah,
go in there and you're just like,
he's got like tie hookers.
yeah.
He goes up to the room and Brian's asleep. He's like, listen, I wanted an Asian girl, not a fat, hairy man.
It's not the weight so much, but you're just not Chinese enough.
Yeah, it was a little crazy.
Come back when you're more Chinese.
So I'm just saying, get ready. You may have just prepare your assumed name now. Okay. What would your assumed name be if you had one?
Don't even know. But I'm you know what?
Sigrid Jarlsson.
Guys.
Yeah, Yardley Smith.
Should we send it to Twitter? Twitter should make it.
Yeah, pick up if you're listening right now.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, Twitter, make up Sam's new freaky handle.
Yeah, tweet, at Michael Zapcic, at Ming Chen 37, at Samantha Aurelio.
That was...
nothing here.
That might not have been a good idea.
Provide
but
Samantha with an assumed name.
Let's do it. Why not?
Let's get her
Let's figure it out.
name.
Yeah, and don't choose Adam West. That one's taken.
Yeah, I guess that one's taken. Yeah, I went to Soul Cycle in West Hollywood.
Yes.
And what's his name? Beckham was there.
David Beckham?
Yeah.
You took a spin class with David Beckham?
I took a photo with him afterwards.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was so cool.
Did he take his shirt off?
No.
You're so creepy.
No, I didn't take my shirt off.
Oh, here we go.
Cycle.
My assumed name at a hotel will be Marc Costello, says Not So Sunday Jeff. All right. That's so much pathos. That's so much for pathos.
I love that guy.
He's great.
Not Sunday Geoff, we love you. Wow, he did. I thought he just never put a shirt on. Beckham. Did you?
He sprays
One can
it on.
only pray for that, though.
Was he good?
Yeah, he did great. Yeah.
Like
he was there with
What are you asking,
No, wait,
man?
was he there with? He was there with Posh Spice.
He was there with Posh Spice.
No way.
I was like, oh my god, a Spice Girl is here. I was freaking out.
Was she good?
She was great. Yeah.
Taken out of context, those two questions really horrible, Ming.
Yeah. No.
Was she good at the spin class? Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
All right.
That's crazy. Like if they were there, like I would probably just stare at them the whole time.
That's basically
They're really
what
good
I
looking.
did.
Really.
Yep. I was like, oh, we're doing things in the class. Okay, sorry, I was distracted.
And so he was picking up the little 2-pound weight bar and everything.
I don't know which
was it that
weight
class?
he was.
Okay.
It's the
little dumbbells.
little barbell.
Yeah.
The little dumbbells. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But anyway, he was under James Bond.
James Bond, nice. Well, I mean, it's a little obvious.
Because you sign in and we were like, who's James Bond?
It was Beckham.
And it was Beckham.
What do you think she was under?
I didn't
like
look.
Moneypenny.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, so it was funny because we heard
For Your
them.
Eyes Only. It's like, really? I mean, that's just the name of a James Bond movie. What the hell's wrong with you? And a Sheena Easton song. Oh my God, come on.
That's funny to go with James Bond because it's such a gigantic character. That kind of defeats the purpose of
Everyone
laying
is
low.
looking and trying to figure out who James Bond is. Oh my God, which one of them is James Bond?
Exactly.
It's got to be Beckham.
I didn't know you could pick your own name when you signed in a Soul Cycle. That's cool.
I guess that's like his name when he is in the system.
That's cool, and he pays $35 a class, just like everybody else.
I bet he does.
I think he can afford.
He couldn't have been Johnny Pennyfarthing or something equally ridiculous.
Yeah, Mike, we go to LA. You want to go Soul Cycle with us?
Sure.
45-minute intense spin class.
Sure.
Let's do it.
What would be your assumed name if you went there?
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Okay.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Not too bad.
Nice.
Johnny
Not
Cash.
too bad.
And I'll wear black.
What?
I'll be the man. Hey, look, it's got to be Zapcic.
At least they'll know who to look for when they.
I think he killed a guy in Reno just to watch him die.
Watch him die.
I killed a guy in spin class.
Brian
just to watch
Johnson
him
has
die.
chimed in. Your assumed name, Samantha Aurelio, should be Mrs. Brian Johnson. I like that. I like that.
I love that.
I love it. All right, let's.
I love that it's already like a
Favorite
handle, a Twitter handle.
retweet.
Oh man,
Brian Johnson.
All right, James Pfeiffer, I'm ashamed of you.
All right,
James Pfeiffer. Okay. I'm going to read this one only because I'm doing I'm just reading it. So, James Pfeiffer checks in and says, "I'll be checking in as Lady Chinky Eyes."
Yes. Okay.
Lady Chinky
All
Eyes.
right, Lady Chinky Eyes.
Lady Chinky
Hey.
Eyes.
All right, well, James, that's good for you, but still nothing for Samantha Aurelio.
Yeah. You should, Mrs. Brian
And
Johnson.
James?
I like that.
Yeah, that's
Seriously,
good. I like that.
I hope you're in drag. That's all.
Sam, do you think that your Asian fans? Do you think they might take offense to that if you're like, I'm going to play my new hit song here? It's inspired. It's called Lady Chinky Eyes. Yeah, that might not go over too well. God Almighty.
You think
Actually, you'll probably at the Ku Klux Klan Awards. Samantha Aurelio winner. We only have one entry in this one,
right?
But she's a sure winner.
And as my follow-up, I'm just going to do this quick tune. All my Jewish friends are cheap.
Oh, wow, it's horrible.
Just horrible.
Oh, here we go. Ivana Humpalot or Octopus.
What is the music like? Is it like
well, yeah, okay. If you can, this is the Ching Chong song.
Two, then yeah.
Oh, I forgot that entry in the racist music awards.
Yeah, this is I Ching this is the Ching Chong song by Brian Quinn. Everybody.
And you still haven't taken the 20 minutes it takes to use that as your ringtone. Yeah. Still not. And you're sitting on a gold mine.
I'm not using that as
millions of dollars.
20 minutes?
20 minutes it'd take him, probably. I don't know how these things work, but I'm thinking 20 minutes.
Ah.
You think you could make an arrangement like that with all your new guys?
Yeah.
Oh. We could
cover that?
Cover the Ching Chong song?
Yes. How awesome would that be if that was, that... You're doing your.
Does anybody know?
You're doing your encores.
Woo! We could, yeah.
I want to do this.
Does anybody know like Paul Oakenfold? Like, can he remix that for me? That would be. I don't think he would do it.
Don't think.
Like so. Moby does the Ching Chong song.
Well, we did. What was the? Totally. That would be 2 Live Crew, right?
Yeah, well, we did that.
We got 2 Live Crew to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Miso Ching Chong.
Is he still? Those guys still around?
I'm sure.
There's a couple of them. They always bring in a younger generation. There's like one old guy, and then there's a couple of new, younger ones.
What are they, Menudo?
Well, something like that. It's like, there's one original member, and then there's, the newer. They do that with all the rock bands. They sure do.
So when you have this initial rehearsal, you get what? You
the
get
Temptations.
You get 3 guys. They don't know each other, right? Correct.
Yeah.
And you get them together. Like, what was that first rehearsal like? Is it a little disjointed? Is it?
No, it went really well. I was super nervous, and I was like, all right, I have to be like as professional as possible.
Right.
And like I walk in, and like they were early. I think one person was running late, which was fine with me. Like we rented a rehearsal space in North Hollywood, and it went it was so seamless.
So no clashing of egos?
No, they're so down to earth. Like, I'm so lucky to have found them because, like, with the one guy who was like, sorry, I can't do it for that much money. I'm like, come on, man. Give me a break.
Well, see,
he's a nozzle.
That's probably most of them, I'm sure, the people you run into, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you've hit some pitfalls. You've worked with some people.
I smell that. Before you answer that question, I have one question for you. Do you have a name?
Do I have a band?
Does the band have a name?
I go under Samantha Aurelio.
Yeah,
it's just Samantha Aurelio and
come
friends.
On, man.
I'm just saying. How about Samantha Aurelio and the Secret Stash? That would be cool.
And the Secret Stash.
She doesn't even need the Secret Stash stuff.
But she's got the Secret Stash. She's got these guys are all people. I'm throwing it out there for you.
Yeah, they don't need a name.
Or Samantha Aurelio and her amazing friends.
Nothing dopier than band names. I just want to go on the record. Even if you go back, even even to think of a group of guys coming up with a name, more often than not, it is just the stupidest goddamn thing. Like, we're going to call the band Mission Control,
right?
And it's like, give me a fucking break. This is the worst. Yeah,
we're going to be Bloody Dagger.
Yeah. It's a horrible idea.
What's the worst band name you've ever heard?
Bloody Stool.
No.
I didn't even have to think about it.
Seriously?
Yeah. In fact, they were affiliated with John Bon Jovi, and if you Googled them, you could probably find out their story. But yeah, that's the worst band name I've ever heard. Is Bloody Stool.
You're a fan of the Dead Kennedys, then?
Well, if you go
I always
back
thought
to,
that was kind of stupid.
Yeah, the Dead Kennedys. Well, they're all dumb. Think about it. Go through all band names, and you might find a couple where you're like, oh, that's cool. But say it a couple of times in your head. Even Pearl Jam.
How about the Beatles?
Well, again. If they weren't so iconic,
the Rolling
stupid
Stones?
goddamn name.
Rolling Stones?
The Animals, the Beatles, the Byrds. And then you go through that whole thing in the 60s with the psychedelic names, Strawberry Alarm Clock, Marshmallow Overcoat. It's so, versus the individual players who are making the music. It's just so so insignificant to come up with that. I think it's
Samantha,
I think
Aurelio,
it's
and
the
Friends.
dopiest part of it.
Much better.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think you're onto the right thing. Just stick with the name.
You don't even need the end friends.
Yeah, it's just me.
You don't need the end friends.
There's my ego. It's just I'm like, guys, it's just me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey.
And these clowns back here are getting paid drinks. they get the drink free. All right, that's their pay.
Even if you go back to The Simpsons with the B Sharps, they were pretty much telling you what it's all about.
Yeah,
it's like,
say we want something that gets progressively less funny.
Yeah.
That's initially amusing, but gets progressively less funny.
And to be honest with you, as long as you can play and you're proficient and you have fans, nobody's going to give a shit what you call the band.
Exactly. The Beatles, you think of it's John, Paul, George, and Ringo. It's not the Beatles. It's John, Paul, George, and Ringo.
It's more about the music, man.
No, it's not. It's about their
marketing.
Them. So, it's about it's about what's on my iPod.
There you go.
So. And it's about another fire in Red Bank.
We're burning up, man. We're on fire.
We're on fire,
guys. It's not on fire. It's like it was so hot in LA. I'm like, it's freezing here. It was like 105 all week last week.
Yeah, be ready, Mike.
Be
ready, Mike.
I'm
melting.
Fine. No, in a month and a half.
Yeah, it'll be so fine when you it's literally like cooler today.
Right now, it's like monsoon weather out in LA. So
monsoon weather where it's like a drop of rain.
I just thought when we were out in LA, me, him, and Rob, you could see it. You could see Rob. We kept him out way too late. He got overtired like a little kid.
Yeah, he does.
You can see it.
I don't want to see you anymore.
It gets cranky.
Yeah, we were for him.
We were out late.
We were out fairly
with our
late.
In-N-Out and our Diddy Reese.
In-N-Out, Diddy Reese. Then we went to see The Room. And even then, I still wanted to keep partying. But you had worked all day, and I
worked all day.
So Rob was like,
we were out pretty late.
Yeah.
You're going home. I want to go back to my hotel room.
It was like 2:00.
And I was like, I'm a little tired, but you know what? And to be honest with you, the night before, did I crap out? No, I didn't. We all had fun.
We went through an ordeal with the flight and everything.
That's right.
But we were out pretty late.
We were out pretty late, and the next day we were up early and went to the pantry. Because we were still on Jersey time, so I was up at 5.
We had a nice breakfast.
Nice breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm forcing myself out of California time.
It's a killer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did Ming tell you we're going to New Orleans?
No.
We're going to New Orleans.
Nolans.
You should meet us down there. That'd be awesome.
I've never been there.
You should come. Oh, it's going to be awesome.
My friend Amanda just moved there. Amanda, I'm coming to visit.
Come on down.
Sounds like a party. Listen, I'm going to. You guys keep going.
Opening the store. That's it.
I have to open the store.
No,
you guys keep going. We're good.
Hell yeah, we'll keep going.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody, I'm out.
Miss you already.
Thanks.
So you got it back. How many rehearsals does it take before you're like?
We had 2 rehearsals. We had one rehearsal with a tentative rehearsal time, booked into our calendar that if we needed it we could.
Right.
So after the rehearsal, they were amazing and they were super comfortable. I was like, I'd feel comfortable if we just met tomorrow to run through everything.
Right.
So we met for another rehearsal for 2 hours, which when you book 2 hours, 30 minutes of that is set up. So we ran through the set twice and then
it's you gotta get
tacos.
You get tacos.
Yeah.
You do a couple lines.
Just like back in the old days. Do a couple of lines.
LA.
Yeah, right. Now, unfortunately, you have to do the lines after you eat the tacos, or else you're not going to be hungry for the tacos
Exactly.
if you do the lines
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
So-
Now you're no stranger to a studio.
I'm not a stranger to studio, and I'm not a stranger to lines either back in the day, man. Let's be honest here. So, no, not at all.
We did it different. So a year ago, I went to LA with these guys, and I stayed a little longer. And what I did was I rented a recording studio. And you're like, why? You don't play any music. You're not musically talented.
Well, but you have a lot of ideas. I know you're an idea guy. You listen
idea
to a lot
was,
of music.
well, I can talk. I can podcast. I rented a studio to podcast. How big of a waste of money was that, first of all?
Well, I mean, what size studio did you rent?
It was pretty big.
Did you go for the big room? Yeah, where you
It was pretty big.
It was pretty big. Yeah.
Not only that, it was one of the premier studios in Los Angeles.
It was.
A place called Nightbird Recording Studios in the basement of the Sunset Marquee.
Yep.
Wow. So it must have cost a couple of $20 bills rubbed together.
It was
there,
a few,
huh?
yeah.
Oofa.
I rented for for 2 hours.
Right.
And actually, it wasn't that bad. Mm-hmm. It was expensive, but it wasn't.
You know what? You probably had a good time. It probably was a cool experience being in such a nice studio.
The reason
like
I did this,
it was amazing.
It was cool, right?
It was so cool.
Yeah, I know. I brought Samantha with me because she can play an instrument.
Right.
And they had a $50,000 piano in there. I was like, "Would you like to play this piano and sing?"
And they had just recorded like last week with like Christina Aguilera.
Yes, that
really?
huge song, "Say Something."
Yeah.
Oh,
they
wow.
literally played that. It was that piano, right? It had to be.
It was that piano.
It was that piano.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
No big deal.
And she was in she was in that studio.
Right,
It was crazy.
Yeah, so you were just like in that, exploring that same space, as they say.
I wanted to smell the aura and Christina.
I thought you were going to say the piano bench. I was going to be like, Ming, come on, give me a goddamn break. You really want to?
Rihanna was on that bench. Like, give me a break.
Does that make it worse or better?
I don't know. It makes it better.
Okay.
Definitely makes it better. So I'd want to do this. I stayed in that hotel a while ago. I'm like, you have a recording studio here? I'm like, I want to do something there. I don't know what.
Right.
But I want to do something there.
So did you end up cutting something? Did you?
I recorded 2 podcasts.
Oh, okay,
there.
okay.
And Samantha came and sang on the piano. We recorded that as well.
So you did more of a podcast. There was not a lot of music. Did you? Is there anything that you recorded, Ming? I'm asking. Is there anything you
did I record any tracks?
Music?
No, I did not.
No. See,
and
that would have been nice.
You can listen to those tracks.
Next time we'll get you in the studio. We'll cut the next big thing.
Yeah, just do a search on SModcast. It's called the Sunset Marquee Sessions.
Okay. I'll
try to sound all like badass.
Yeah.
It's literally me talking.
But like,
really,
it was so cool in there. Like they had like the notepads for like the songwriters that come in and do the sessions.
Sure.
They had like a coffee machine, water.
Yeah.
Like Ming and I are like smuggling like
We
coffee
stole
mugs.
everything.
Of course.
We stole as much as we could.
Like the sound engineer was like, "Do you want coffee mugs? Because
like,
we give those away."
I'll give them to you. Like you're kind of paying for them.
Oh, that's funny.
Like as I'm putting it in my pocket.
Yeah. Of
He's
course.
Like, I'll give you a new one.
Like taking the towels from a hotel. Like you.
Yeah.
I heard that Ming was even taking the batteries out of the remote. I mean, just to.
I still have the like notepad that I took from there.
me too.
And
We
we have
the
little
notepads.
like notepads, and they have like writing pads for like this. And I took everything.
Yeah, they
I
had,
have like 6 like the coasters.
Oh, that's funny. That is just too funny. Wanted to make sure you had something to remember your trip by.
Well,
a couple of souvenirs.
Just a couple.
That's wild.
It was on Ming's bill anyway. So.
Well,
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's exactly where it showed up, on Ming's bill. You know?
Yeah, my point was instead of lines, they didn't lay out drugs for us.
No, they usually don't.
That's so like
They had like apples and walnuts. It was
they
the
started-
LA version.
we sit there. They're like, "Are you guys ready?" We're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Hold on." And this team of like interns come in and lay down plates like cookies and,
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's a
and
big
all this
difference.
stuff. And I'm like, "All
I
right,
was
this is
surprised they didn't bring in like pressed juicery.
yeah."
That's very, very healthy.
I'm like, "This is better than Coke,
Yeah.
man."
Wheatgrass shots for everyone.
Yes.
Well, usually it was the roadies or the guys that were the assistants with the band that would come in, and they'd bring in bags, and usually there'd be that kind of stuff on top, but on the bottom would be where the grass and the Coke and whatnot would be
Like
underneath
1980 versus 2014.
Yeah.
Right, false bottoms and
Yeah, kind of. That's exactly what it do. And they would just put it on the side. I mean, it's synonymous with L.A. Back in the day, the drugs and the recording and whatnot. And yeah, I was lucky enough to see. Well, like I said, from what I can remember, because some of it I did partake, and I'm a much better boy now. But yeah, there was a lot of that going on, man. It was crazy, crazy stuff. I don't mean to be rude, but I got to go to work too, my brother.
All right,
so
no
I just
problem.
want
Real
to
quick,
yes,
Brian
please.
Johnson has chimed in with a band named Anal Cunt.
Anal Cunt. Yeah, I think I've heard of them.
Oh, are they?
No.
He says it's taken.
It probably is.
Okay.
I just never heard of them. That's funny. You could do a whole show, Ming, just on bad band names. I guarantee you.
We should probably do that. One day.
There's tons of them, and like I said, it's just such a dopey thing to. You really can't come up with a good band name. Think about even like the Grateful Dead, who are just super popular.
Right.
Stupid fucking name for a band. So it's crazy stuff.
They're grateful.
They sure are. Sam, I want to wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for coming in and whatnot. And it's so nice to see you. Welcome back for this visit.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for letting me sit in, and I apologize. I got to run.
No problem.
Bye. Miss you already too.
So your show goes great then.
Yeah, the show went so like.
Was it everything you thought it would be? Now this is like one of your dream venues.
Oh my god, it was like I was on cloud 9 for like 3 weeks afterward. Like it was amazing. I had like all my friends came out and like bartenders were super nice. The sound guy was super nice. My band, like, killed it. Everyone hung out. We went over to Tequila afterwards and got tacos and quesadillas and margaritas and, like,
every celebration.
Yeah, it was just
tacos.
like it was like that was the highlight of my year. Like, it was so amazing, and I can't wait to play there again. I mean, we've had better shows since then, but it was just sort of like the surrounding of what that show meant to me. Because, as everybody knows, I'm like madly in love with Sarah Bareilles, and that's where she started, and she's huge there. Katy Perry started there, like all these huge names. And I, living around the corner, I've gone to so many shows there because I couldn't book anything, so I was just like showing up and like watching shows. And,
but now you're on the other side.
And the sound system there is incredible, and the stage is just, oh my God, it's perfect, and it was a magical night, and I was so excited.
And you didn't record it.
And I didn't record
it. I keep saying this.
I know. I'm so bad at that.
The only person who records your stuff is me.
I know.
So
where the hell were you, Ming?
Where was it? I think I was in Chicago that week or something. Something like that.
Who knows? You're always somewhere.
I was not here.
But yeah, the show went really well. And we've played a bunch of shows together since then. I found an electric guitarist, and that sort of amped the show up as well.
Yeah.
And we just had a show last week.
The Voodoo Lounge at the House of Blues.
Absolutely.
On Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah,
they're
cool. Supposedly tearing it down, but they keep booking shows there, so I don't know if that's actually happening.
I mean, they got to make money until that wrecking ball comes.
Yeah. I just actually booked another show there in November on the 21st, so Friday night. So if you're around, we'll be playing shows. But I had a show last week at the Voodoo Lounge, and it was amazing. Actually, 5 Seconds to Summer was on the main stage that night. So we're driving, and we were like, what is this line of, like, girls, like, down the street?
You weren't like, is this for me? This isn't really my audience.
Well, they were like, what is that line for? And I was like, oh, they're coming to see me.
Yeah.
Like, joking. And then we pull up, and I was like, oh, my God, all these people are at the House of Blues. Like, what is going on? And so they were playing on the main stage.
Right.
And I was on at 7, which I thought was, like, kind of an early time. But it was super convenient because, so I was done by 8.
Yeah.
So I started at, like, 7:20, like, to 8 o'clock. And then the other band started, so I just missed them, and like this like sea of screams from these like girls downstairs. It was like terrifying. I've never actually. I was like, oh my God, what's happening down there?
That's what I'm working toward right now.
Yeah, that dream life, right?
Well, the screams.
The screams of little girls.
Well, good screams, not bad screams. Yes.
Yes. Clarification is a good thing.
Yes.
But yeah, the show went really, really great.
Did it drown your show out, or did they start?
No, they started right after me.
Okay.
So it sort of drowned out the next
sound bleed
artist.
over? So the Voodoo Lounge, it's an upstairs lounge, right?
It's the restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah. So
and then there's
it's conveniently all ages.
Okay.
Which was nice because I teach lessons, and my students for the first time could come to my show.
That's cool.
Which was really great, and we. Like, so you can sit in the restaurant, and then when you come over to the bar, you have to go through the like ticket guy.
Yeah, into the lounge.
Into the lounge.
Yeah, the lounge is pretty cool. It's all like crushed velvet, and am I right? And
no. It's all that's the foundation.
Oh, yeah,
that's the foundation room.
My bad.
Yeah, there's like 17 billion rooms in that place. But that is super cool. The foundation room is super cool. But the Voodoo Lounge is literally just like if you're sitting at a table, you could look over and see me.
Right.
So it's like it's more woody, and,
okay.
You know, it's more acoustic as well, just because of the fact that people are eating.
Right.
You know, like there's like families there and stuff. So we had more of an acoustic set, but we're a loud band, so like we still had a drum set, and the only difference was we had an acoustic guitar instead of an electric guitar.
Right.
So it was. But they loved us. The booker was like, "It's not too loud," because I was like, "Just let me know if it's too loud."
Can you imagine saying that in LA? It's too loud. Like, do those words even exist out there?
Well, they like were like, bring brushes for the drums, and we had hot rods instead of like drumsticks, so it was like a little more muted. But I was like, I don't want you to. No, we're not using brushes.
Yeah,
like it's not happening. So what can I say? I'm a child of rock and roll.
Yeah.
So I like it loud. So but it was a really great show, and
you're going back.
Yeah. Going to the parish room. Foundation room? Parish room? The foundation room. One of those rooms.
Okay.
More info to come, right? I don't really know.
Yeah, if you're out in LA, you want to go to this follow Samantha Aurelio at Samantha Aurelio on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Samantha Aurelio Music.
And, if you want to, I think we should mention, if you haven't heard your music, SamanthaAurelio.com.
Yeah, everything's up there. You can stream it for free.
Yeah, and you've been in here. You've performed live in here.
I've performed live here. Yeah, absolutely.
You can look back at those. Yeah. Those are under the podcast listing.
Absolutely. So absolutely. And then with the Sunset Marquee, I've done performances there as well. Yes. So we have that.
We could get you in. They do a thing in the summer. I think it's just called Sunset Marquee Live, where I think every Friday night they'll have like a band or a performer there.
That's amazing.
It's like poolside. It looks awesome. And the only way to get in is if you have a room there.
Do you remember when we met that guy at the bar after?
Randall, yeah. A dude named Randall. We never got his last name. He seemed like someone we should know.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I used to know Joe Bonamassa when he was a little kid. And I was like, you're so cool.
Yeah, Randall.
Some that
Texan,
was his name.
Some really rich Texan dude.
Rich Texan dude
Apparently
who goes there all the time. So maybe we'll see him at the bar next time we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Remember us from last year? We were the people who had backpacks.
Yes.
At the Sunset Marquee. Yeah, everyone had briefcases and like fancy outfits, and we were in like jeans, t-shirt, and we had backpacks.
Yeah, but we had just gotten out of Nightbird though. We had just cut.
No big deal. We're kind of big deal.
No big deal. So I am going back this year.
Yes.
Not renting a studio this year. I thought it'd be even more fun to do a poolside. They got two pools there.
Yeah.
The other one in the back by the villas has cabanas.
Yes.
I thought, we'd like cart a table in there and record poolside.
That's amazing.
Got people coming out this time.
Yeah.
I just reached out to Claudia Wells from Back to the Future. She would
Claudia,
she
I want to meet you.
said she would be more than happy to come.
I'm so excited.
I've Lydia Cornell, who was on Too Close for Comfort. She's coming out. I'm trying to get Jason Mewes to come out and Scott Mosier, like all our buddies from the SModCo network.
Yeah, no big deal.
Going to do 2 days though. Trying to do 2 days.
Yeah.
And, just like keep the mimosas coming.
Keep them coming.
Keep the mimosas coming.
Sit poolside, do it like straight up LA style.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yes, either that or I'll rent out one of the villas there. We get podcasts in there. Either or. No picky.
Yeah, no do picky. That.
You're gonna do either or. I'll let the guests
or
choose.
Both.
It's a mobile setup or both.
Or both.
Yeah. I'm prepared in case of inclement weather or if it's too hot out.
Inclement weather.
Yeah. We should do one in the pool though.
In the pool.
Just kind of like we'll put the mics, not in the water, but in pool cast.
All right.
Yeah. So you've been talking about all the positives.
All the positives.
There have been some pitfalls though. It's not all like puppy dogs and ice cream.
I mean, one would like to think that is. But
I'm not mentioning names. You've run into some egos, correct?
I've run into some egos. Yeah. Unfortunately, some people I had been working with, I was really excited to work with, sort of showed me their true colors. Yeah. So it was an interesting situation. I don't want to get too much into it.
No, but I mean, by egos, you run. I mean, this applies to about 90% of the people out there, where they're like, I'm better than you because I've done this.
Yeah,
I've done this. I've worked with this person.
And like, you try to have a conversation with people, and they just like go off on a tangent and name drop all these people. And I literally wanted to be like, congratulations. What's your question?
No, yes.
Like, what's your question?
Right.
Like that. Proud of you. Good for you.
Yeah.
What's the point? Can we get to the point? Because you've sort of been circling for the last 45 minutes. Like, it's just the amount of name dropping is like ridiculous. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just
guilty of it, but not to that extent. I don't think.
But not.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody.
I knew you for a year before I even knew you did any of this. Like,
this. Yeah, this is.
I knew you for a year, and then you were like, "Oh, you should come to my premiere party."
Or at Surf Taco.
At Surf Taco. And I was like, you're what? You're like, for my show.
What are you talking about?
And I'm like,
what show?
What show? You're like, I'm on AMC. I was like, I'm sorry, what? We just went for a run. What?
Yeah.
Like, silly. But like, that's the anyway, so like.
That's LA though.
It was just.
It's like 90% of the people. But you're East Coast.
I'm so East Coast.
You can see past all this.
Yeah.
To the point where you sit back, you can laugh at this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't. Some people don't. They're like, oh my God, I should.
Yeah, I got to keep these people
take
close.
This guy seriously. He's worked with I don't know, whatever he threw out.
Yeah.
We're East Coast. We're from the streets.
Yeah.
We're
from the streets.
You're from the streets of Atlantic Highlands. I live in Shrewsbury, so, the mean streets of the East Coast.
The mean streets of the East Coast,
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's funny, though, right? Hearing people throw a name drop. I'm like, dude, you're not even from here. You're from South Bend, Indiana. Like, stop.
It's
right?
Yeah, like I went to school with so and so. I know this person. I've done this. I've done that, and they like have never even worked with like live musicians.
Yeah,
and I'm like, wait, what? It was a really eye-opening experience to work with these people, and it was definitely something to like learn from. So I'm like grateful for going through it.
Yes.
And it makes me even more grateful for the people that I have on my team and like hold super near and dear to me, you know. So like my band and you know, the people that I surround myself with and I write with, and you know, I hold them close because I don't want to let them go, because I know the wolves that are out there.
Walt Flanagan, everybody. Walt Flanagan. Walt Flanagan said in a podcast, he was like, wait a minute, he had a Grammy nominee on his show? I was like, whoa, like, maybe we should take this guy
I should just
seriously.
walk around and be like, oh, he's nominated.
That was
for Grammy.
you. That was you.
Yeah.
You could.
That's the LA version of Sam.
You totally could. I'm glad you don't.
Yeah, no, I've known people. People don't. I don't like. That's not the first thing. I don't want people to like. Listen to me because of that. I want people to take me seriously because I'm good.
I feel the same way. I don't tell people, you know. How do you tell people you're on a TV show? You let them learn.
Exactly.
It's fun in that way. Now, I do go around as like, I'm Ming Chen, legendary podcaster. I do that. Is that cool? I mean...
Hey, got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Legendary podcaster. Right.
So you're able to deflect the egos.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was a little hard on me at first.
Okay.
But...
So we were talking on the phone the other day, and Mike only heard my half the conversation about someone you worked with and who was kind of not so cool. But Mike wanted to hear the story, and he was like, "Ooh, is this a story about, you know, some dude who's like, oh, I think you're really good," like he was trying to get in your pants, like that kind of story." Like, no, nothing like that.
No,
you gotta watch out for that too.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's happened.
No,
that
I'm good at deflecting. I just
you gotta watch out for that.
Yeah. Just friends on the world.
Yeah. I mean, because last time I was out, like, some dude tried to get into Mike's pants, and he didn't know it. And I was like, Rob, happens. Rob, back off.
That. Oh, man. Poor Rob.
Brian Johnson, only a star of your caliber could manage locking down Jay Muse as a podcast while you're out in LA. Thank you, Brian Johnson. Thank you. That's your vote of confidence. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Da-na-na-na.
So, yes, watch out.
So, I called you when I was, like, stressed.
Yeah.
Ming, you sound, you're having fun. Tell me all fun things, because I don't want to think about all this stuff right now.
Yeah.
And you were driving back from Virginia.
Yes.
So,
I was.
When we were chatting.
I wanted to get your opinion on this. Ariana Grande. You familiar with this, with her?
Yes.
Maybe you've seen Sam and Cat. Maybe you've seen Victorious. Maybe you've heard her music.
I've heard her music.
Yes. Did you hear this rumor going around that she said something? I hope all my fans effing die. Did you hear this rumor?
No.
She had just finished up like a meet and greet or something. And
what?
And I guess so. She was in the elevator, thought no one was listening to her.
Oh,
and she was like, "Great,
God.
I took care of them. I hope they all effing die." I don't think she said it though, but she might have.
Like what?
Yeah.
That is like
may have said it.
I mean,
really
who knows? It
doesn't really sound like her. The other girl, maybe, yes. Jeanette McCurdy, totally. But
like, wow, that's terrible.
Right. All I'm saying is, you got to be friendly to the press.
Yeah.
Are you going to be fan friendly?
You have to be a friendly person.
Are you
be a nice person,
Sam, are you
people.
fan friendly?
Oh my God, I love my fans. They're the best people.
I'm just making sure.
The only reason I can do anything in this world is because people believe in me.
You've had fans from the pod show up at your shows. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
I think one of them down here, Christopher Bly, who came out to your Asbury Park show.
Absolutely.
Says hello.
Hello.
He's listening. He's been eagerly awaiting your return.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had Michael come out to my show, too. He's from San Diego. It was his birthday. He came out to my show.
He drove 2 hours up?
Yeah. On his birthday, he introduced me to the girl who booked me on my first show at Genghis Cohen, Michael Williams.
Genghis Cohen, which is a
it's
Jewish,
like a Chinese place, right? And they have a stage in the back.
Yeah, it was, if you've seen Seinfeld, it was the restaurant they based that that episode where they had to wait forever, and Cartwright 4. That's the restaurant they based that on.
Yeah. So he, Katie Cole is this singer-songwriter, booker around LA.
Yeah, she does like a monthly like showcase.
Yeah,
right?
and she's amazing. She's so funny. Like, she's such a cool chick. Like, and so she was scouting for artists for one of her songwriting nights or whatever. And I didn't know who she was. I didn't even know that she was like requesting people. And Michael like tweeted at her and was like, "You got to get this girl on the show," and just like was like, "You have to get her on."
Yeah. Bam,
and
you're on.
So she was like, "So I think you should be on."
Yeah, this guy says you're good.
Yeah, so I started doing that, and he introduced one of his friends to me, and she started coming out to one of my shows and taking photographs, like really high quality.
I saw those. They're on your Facebook fan page. Samantha Aurelio on Facebook.
Yeah, Samantha Aurelio Music.
Yes.
And she would come out to a bunch of my shows. She's come to a bunch of my shows. So this was the first time he had come to my show. He came out to the Voodoo Lounge, and I knew it was him because I was setting up my keyboard, and he looks at me and he goes, "What the hell's a gigawatt?" And I turned around and I was like, "Hey!" It was really cool to have him there. But yeah, I've had a bunch of fans from the pod come out between Jersey and LA. It's been pretty crazy.
Right on.
Yeah, because you guys are cool.
Yes, keep going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a clip here. I found this on Facebook.
Yeah.
It is you doing harmonies for a song called "In the Stillness."
Yes, my friend Jason wrote it.
And
it should. Well, I'll tell you afterwards.
In the stillness, I feel everything. I don't wanna face it, so keep moving. Changing my step, hiding my sense. Truth can't find me. I'll lose everything.
Right on.
My Imogen heap seeping out. My friend Jason Acuna, who's actually from Red Bank, lives out in LA.
So you're finding friendly faces.
I'm finding some friendly. I met him in LA. So a friend of mine who came to visit, like, knew him. Right. We like got lunch together, and he is trying to produce and all this stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to find singers." And my friend was like, "Sam's a singer." So he actually conveniently lives right off Franklin, so like right around the corner from me, right by Birds, that bar that's right over there. And I'm like giving his location away. And
I think you're good.
Yeah, and so he wrote that song, and we actually cut that this week. Like, it was we did one day where we did all of the like melody line, and then I came in the next day and did harmonies.
Yeah,
and that should be available within the next week to buy. To buy. Yeah, and it's like he's got violas on it, and like it's so much more. I don't think there's going to be any acapella on it.
Okay.
He just loves the because the harmony, the lines that he wrote were amazing.
Yeah, he went a little crazy with the Pro Tools there.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, it's super cool. And so it's like eerie and just like haunting, and I can't get it out of my head, which is like exactly the kind of music you want to listen to, that you just like, you want to listen to it again and again. And I haven't been so excited about a project in a really long time, and I'm super excited about this song. So I can't wait for him to drop it. He should have it done by today, I believe, or yesterday maybe. Oh my gosh, Jason, send me the song.
Put it up.
Everybody wants to hear it. It's called "In the Stillness," Jason Acuna. And
download this.
Yeah, as soon as it comes out, I will blast it out on all of the interwebs and social media, Johns. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that song. He put it together really quickly, and it's super cool.
This is how stuff gets started, man.
Yeah, you just got to do it.
Right on. Can we talk about Kashmir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, last year when we were at the Sunset Marquee, I had Diane Farr come down.
Yes. No big deal. She walked in and I was like, oh my God, I know who you are.
Yeah, Diane Farr, who you may know from Numbers, Rescue Me, and my favorite, Season 3 of Californication. And she came down, did an interview. Her husband, Singh, runs an agency, the Kashmir Agency, reps Snoop Dogg and a bunch of hip-hop artists. Yeah. So we actually went down there. I wanted to talk to him about, he markets people. Yeah. Puts people out there. I'm like, I just wanted some tips. It's like, listen, I got a very small window here. What could I do to never have to work again? Was basically what I told him. Like, never work a real job again. And
real jobs are overrated.
He gave me some good advice.
Yeah, while he was sitting on a beanbag.
Yeah.
Or like whatever that rocking, like his office was.
But more importantly, he's in the music industry.
Yeah.
More importantly, he looks over at you and is like, so why did you move out to LA? It's like, I'm a musician. It's like, oh, all of a sudden he perks up.
Yeah.
Starts peppering you with questions.
Yeah.
So you sent him your EP.
Mm-hmm. I did.
And like things started happening.
Yeah. He pushed
cool.
it over to his music branch.
Yeah.
Stampede Music.
Yes.
And introduced me to his like confidant out there,
yes.
Evan, who's been super cool with me. And it was funny because he came out to my very first show at the Voodoo Lounge.
Right.
And then he had to leave right after my set because he was getting on a plane to go to South by Southwest.
Right.
And I went to South by Southwest.
Right, you saw him there.
So I saw him there. We chatted, got beer, ate pizza, like sat and like talked the night away. And he was super cool. And I've stayed in communication with him. And he's a really, really cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been connecting on like running and stuff because he's running a half marathon next month.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So like,
he's a runner.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, so he's really cool, really chill. He's been traveling a lot. I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, it's been a really cool experience.
Those guys are no joke. I mean, you know this already.
Yeah,
but
sort of.
I mean, I'm spelling a Samantha Snoop Dogg collaboration.
Could you imagine?
It could happen.
Hey,
it could happen. Do you like to get really, really high? Because I think that may be...
That would be the only option to be in the room. Like, contact high,
I think it
let
just
alone
happens.
just
you don't need to smoke anything. Just hang around him.
Do you know that Snoop Dogg there's a guy, his job is just to roll blunts for Snoop Dogg?
Yes.
And he lives on, like, the premises.
Yes.
He makes like 6 figures a year, and he doesn't spend any of it. He just sits and rolls blunts all day.
But, lest you think this is an easy job...
No.
He must do them really well.
He must do them amazingly, and it must be like a 24 hour, because it's like.
Can you imagine how much? I wonder how much the guy smokes in a day.
I've had I believe the bags are we were discussing it it was
really. Yeah. They're like pillows.
Like pillows full.
That's
of marijuana.
crazy.
But whatever makes you happy, I guess.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm just gonna drink beer and coffee.
Yeah.
Not at the same time.
So casual. We have to go say hi again.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since last year.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
He's a really cool guy. More importantly, he's Asian. So
yes.
That's not the most important part. But he's like
tall Asian.
Tall, probably one of the coolest Asian guys I know. He grew up very traditional Korean, but he grew up loving hip hop and he made it his career.
Sent us off to the Korean restaurant.
Yes, Parks.
It was really good.
You know what's weird about Parks Barbecue? Our friend Andy Milonakis, who had a TV show on MTV, I think he's rapping now. His picture's up on the wall at Parks. I want my picture up on the wall at Parks.
Yeah, make it happen.
At Korean Barbecue.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have to do to do that.
Yeah. Now, in addition to performing music, you're doing music lessons.
I am. Wow. I'm doing music lessons. I book through my own. It's like my own roster that I build. Mm-hmm. But I book lessons through this company called Take Lessons. It was funny because I don't trust anything to sign up for or whatever. And usually it's word of mouth and people come over and give you.
It's cash. Hey, you want to learn how to sing?
Exactly.
I know this girl.
Yeah, so that's sort of what I've been doing. But moved to LA, didn't know anyone, and I was like, all right, well, what kind of marketing things can I do? And I'm scrolling through all these things, and I was like, I don't know, this sounds kind of weird. It's kind of
this sounds shady.
And the testimonial page.
Yes.
My teacher from college is one of the people.
Oh.
And I was like, what?
Okay, well
so I call her up and I'm like, Claire.
Is this legit?
What is going on?
Yeah.
What is this thing? So she was like, yeah, it's really great. And it's cool because you can do lessons in home. I can drive to people. Right. You can do it on Skype.
How does that work?
Skype lesson. It's actually very simple. You just set up a time.
Okay.
And then you Skype through. I mean, if it's singing is fairly simple. You have to make sure that you have a good connection with the camera and everything because weirdly enough, a lot of vocal instruction is watching someone sing.
Breathing
because they could be breathing wrong and singing completely from their throat or speaking from the, so it's a lot of me watching the student breathe essentially. But it's been pretty cool because I have people out here that want to do lessons with you, teach you how to learn some songs.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Make it happen.
I've been thinking about it. I've been trying to do things that I don't do.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play the guitar. I haven't taken that plunge yet.
Me either.
But
I can fiddle my way around.
But like, I bet Marc could teach me. Marc.
I can teach you.
Yeah, I bet he could.
Good.
I figured that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll show you a few chords, get you started.
All right. I can.
You want.
G, E minor, C, and you're good to go.
Yeah. But I mean, singing is one of those things I never delved
Yeah.
into.
Well, we can make it happen. Yeah, voice lessons, piano lessons.
How do we find you on takelessons.com?
Takelessons.com.
And what do you search your name?
Yeah, you search for my name. Yeah.
You really like. I'm not good. You really think you could make me decent?
Yeah.
Because I karaoke'd the other week. I did Huey Lewis' Power of Love.
Yes, you texted me.
I kind of did that because, like Back to the Future and all that.
Yeah.
And then I'm up there and I'm like, oh, God. What am I? What?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, oh, holy crap. Huey Lewis has a very strong voice, which I don't have. I cracked a couple times.
Hey, live and learn.
Yeah. It was not good.
Yeah. But a lot of that is breathing. And if you don't know how to do it, then you gotta learn somehow.
Right. So you really think you could...
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Do you think we should have like a performance here in 6 months?
I think, yeah.
I think Ming should perform.
Well, all right. So I was inspired. I saw the Zooey Deschanel, Joseph Gordon-Levitt duet of "What Are You Doing New Year's Eve?" And I'm like, I think I want to do this. Do you think we could do it?
Yes.
You were seriously?
Yes.
Let's do it then.
Let's do it.
Okay.
When you come to LA.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it.
That's like a 3-minute song too. Like that's not.
It's
something
so cute.
Okay.
I love that song and that video. Like they're adorable.
Okay, bring the GoPro. We'll shoot it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love.
You really think it's really bad?
No, we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
Yeah. It was.
If you can teach me to sing serviceably, like you could teach anybody, I think.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, done.
I actually had a student call me up, and he was like, "Hi, I'm just in LA for a couple days, and I'm on my way to Hawaii, and I see that you teach ukulele." And he came over. We learned Beatles tunes on the ukulele.
You want to be like Don Ho?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, we had 3 lessons in a course of 4 days, and then he went to Hawaii, and I never saw him again. It was just kind of fun.
So you just literally flew through.
Just flew through.
Just passed through.
Yeah, yeah. It was
takelessons.com.
Takelessons.com. Yeah. I'll post all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Come take lessons with me. It'll be fun. We'll hang out. We'll drink coffee in cyberspace if we're Skyping, or we'll drink coffee in real life if you come over.
Yeah, if you're in the LA area, you'll actually go down there.
Yeah, I'll come. Okay. I do house calls.
All right, Dr. Aurelio doing house calls.
Dr. Aurelio.
Hang on a second. I'm going to switch cameras here. I'm about to run out.
No.
Woo. All right, hold on.
Gotta get that GoPro.
I'm stealing mics.
GoPro.
Much better.
These GoPros are so cool. I would love to get one.
One more thing to bring up. So we're running a half marathon on Sunday.
My God.
Rock and Roll Philadelphia. If you're in the area, you want to come cheer us on.
Absolutely. Yeah, come cheer us on because I'm terrified.
This will be your first half?
This will be my very first half. And I haven't run in 8 days because it was 105 degrees every day.
Okay.
And I felt like I was dying just sitting.
Yeah.
So... but I was doing really good with my training, and it was a little.
You were 9 miles,
Yeah.
Rob Bruce, everybody. Rob Bruce in the house.
How's
Rob
it going?
Bruce.
Good. Yeah. So I was running very consistently. The only thing I never hit my 11-mile run.
Yeah, that's all.
Because it was so hot that I had to stop and call my roommate. She picked me up because I was like, I can't go any further.
That's right, you'll be fine. Half marathon, 13.1 miles. 13.1
miles. This will be this is the third half marathon I've ever signed up for, but the first one I'm actually running.
What happened to the other two?
I just chickened out.
Oh, so, you're not chickening out.
There's no chickening out on this one.
Chicken out of this one.
No, I'm already in it.
Okay.
Good to go. We're going to run it. It's going to be great.
You have to finish it. Emilio Field's in the house. What's up?
Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
Freaking party in here, man.
Party. Come to Red Bank, guys. It's going to be a great time.
Right on. So,
so half marathon.
How do you feel about this?
I'm excited. The only thing that makes me nervous is that it was too hot to run. So
We'll be okay. It's gonna be.
I feel like it'll be fine.
It's gonna be a little warm. I looked up a high of 80 that day.
Yeah.
Not 100, 80.
Yes. It's
hopefully low humidity.
still 25 degrees cooler than it was in Los Angeles.
Right.
So I'm still okay with it.
And I'll give you this advice. Well, I'll be running with you. Make sure you finish. You gotta get that medal.
Yes, I'm definitely finishing. That's the goal. If
Okay.
it takes me like a bajillion years, I'm totally cool with that. It's fine.
And I'm gonna sit here and tell you it's all mental, which I want you to believe.
Yeah.
But when you're like at mile 8 and it sucks,
Well-
then you're gonna be like, no, it's not all mental. You'll be fine though.
No, I have
no doubt.
I lived in Philly for like 4.5 years,
You
so I
did?
like love Philadelphia.
Right.
I'm really excited to go and run and see my Lulu girls cheering
Yeah.
me on. So hopefully they have a cheer station because I'm like looking
excitement will
forward
get you about 6.5 in.
Yeah.
6.5, they're gonna be a grind.
to it. Yeah,
gonna
that's
be a
okay
grind. It'll be
because I
fun.
got you to run with me, so it's fine.
Like all that stuff you trained for will come into play.
Yeah, but I can do that
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
come Rock and Roll Philly this Sunday.
this Sunday.
If you're in there, come
I'm
cheer
going to
us
be
up.
drinking beer immediately following.
Yes. Where are we going?
I don't know, but
We'll
it's
find
going to be amazing. I mean, we'll just go through Center City with our medals around our
That
neck.
sounds good.
So
And
It'll be super
cannoli
fun.
French toast, Cafe Lift. It's be our recovery
we should for sure go to
recovery
Cafe Lift.
meal.
But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
It should be good. I've decided that I'm gonna do a lot of yoga after this.
Oh, yeah. Good
a lot
idea.
of hot yoga
Good idea.
to sort of heal my body.
Excellent idea.
Yeah. So
So you are back east, and you're a Yankee fan.
huge Yankee fan.
Yeah. Are
Born
you?
and
How do you
raised.
feel about Derek Jeter retiring this year?
I'm really sad about it because I wasn't here to go to any of his games for the last season.
Yeah.
Of his.
You weren't
But,
really missing that much. I'm going to be honest with
I
you.
mean, just to be there, you
would've been
know,
cool. I hear
yeah,
you.
it would have been cool. I mean, I've seen him play a million
Yeah.
times. Like, I used to go every single year to
Yeah.
a Yankee game with my dad. And
You went down to spring training.
yeah,
Did you meet him?
no, I've never met
You
him.
should have hung out. Like players are real easy to meet at spring training.
Yeah, we went. Yeah, because we go to Florida
Yeah.
a lot, so we went over there to see a game because we're baseball obsessed. So, but yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like I don't have TV or anything, so I haven't
Right.
been able to catch any game.
There's an app.
So just
An app. You
like
use
the
an app?
MLB app.
I live on the
Yeah.
MLB app.
Yeah,
yes.
so that's how I know what's happening in the world.
Right.
But
Did you see the? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'm just like happy for him. Yeah, he deserves everything.
He's got many millions of reasons to retire right now.
Yeah.
He'll retire comfortably.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I'm not worried about him.
He'll be fine. Now, I'm an Orioles fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty much an Oriole killer, so I've always hated him for that. The '96 playoffs, he hit what was called a home run, but a kid reached out. Kid by the name of Jeffrey Mayer reached out, interfered with the ball, and pretty much that. It was a killer. It was a killer. Always so. It wasn't really his fault. It was more the umpire's fault and the kid, but
Yeah.
I was hating him for that. But I don't know. Did you see the Gatorade commercial that he just did?
No.
You should see it.
Yeah, I think my friend just posted. I saw like
basically
the
him.
tipping
Yeah,
of the hat one, but I didn't see the recent one that just came out.
yeah. It's basically him. He's in a cab or something. He's like, I'm going to walk from here. He stops early and he goes and he walks through on game day, through fans. He's greeting fans as he goes to the ballpark.
So cool.
It's pretty cool. I'll give him that.
My cousin Michelle loves him.
I'll definitely give him that.
Like her dog's name is DJ.
All right, that's low. It's going a little far, but
Yeah, the Yankees are like in our souls.
yeah.
My family's a little.
I see that. I met your grandmother.
Baseball.
Yeah, your grandma was a huge Bernie Williams fan, which I thought, which freaking cracked me
She
up.
has like his album that he released.
Oh, yeah.
Like she's like listening. She's like, Bernie, I haven't seen her yet. Grandma Rose.
Yeah.
I came to podcast before I went to Grandma
I
Rose's.
know how you're. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're on Twitter, people may agree that your priorities may be a little mixed up. than they
Well, I
should be.
got in late, and then we came here early. I'll go to see her later.
Yeah.
Guys, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
All right.
that's that.
I think that's all I got. I'm gonna head back at some point. I'm waiting for my iPhone 6.
Yeah, I
coming.
want one of those.
It's coming.
I want one.
But real quick, I saw they had video on the first guy to get one in the world. It was in Australia. They had him on the news. He had the box. They're like, "Hey, open it up. We want to check it out." He kind of fumbles with the box, drops it.
No.
Dropped it. Didn't break though. I didn't see any shattering, but he literally dropped down the ground.
Are you kidding me?
The first guy waited in line for God knows like a week or something. Like there's video of it. It's really funny.
Oh my God, that poor guy.
Yeah. But
I hope they just gave him a new one.
No, it didn't shatter. It was fine.
Oh my gosh.
They wouldn't give him a new one.
What? No,
it didn't shatter, which means I think they're using stronger glass on it now.
Yeah, they were supposed to use like this crazy. Like I saw this video of someone who had gotten a piece of the glass, and they were like stabbing it with a knife, like trying to.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think that they ended up using that glass. But they're definitely using tougher glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my plan is to get one while I'm home.
Yeah. So
to go to my like neighborhood Sprint store, where I like know the people who work there, rather than like LA where everyone's like meh, meh, meh. But actually there was a dude in LA at a Sprint store who like gave me his number, so that he was like, just call me and I'll put one aside for you. And I was like batting my eyes. Like, okay.
Must be so nice. Must be so nice.
Hey, gotta work with what you got, right?
Never happens. That never happened to me. It never happens. It must be so nice, huh?
Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Must be so nice. All right. So happy iPhone 6 day.
Yes,
everybody.
happy iPhone 6 day. Just don't rub it in if you got one. It's fine.
Download the Stitcher app. You can listen to this even faster now.
Yeah.
The SModCo.
Yes.
And get the SmodStop app.
Absolutely.
All right.
Cool.
I think that's all I got.
Oh my gosh, it's so
welcome
cool
back.
Thank
welcome
you so
back.
much.
We're very happy.
Thank you
to have
so much for having me. What a cool welcome back to New Jersey.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So
super.
Samantha Aurelio, SamanthaAurelio.com, at Samantha Aurelio, Samantha Aurelio Music on Facebook, Samantha Aurelio on Instagram.
Yeah.
And takelessons.com.
And take lessons. Yeah, Samantha Aurelio. Just Google me.
And, In the Stillness
you'll find me somewhere.
Be out soon.
It will be out in the next week, I believe. Yeah, In the Stillness. Download that, and then we'll be in the studio
thank you.
To start, recording the next set of music, and I'm really excited for what's ahead. We got some good stuff coming your way before the end of the year.
All right.
Definitely.
We'll see you in LA.
See you in LA.
Fantastic. All right.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you, Samantha.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Marc.
Guys. Woo!
Thank you, Brian Johnson.
Thanks to Rook for the pumpkin coffee.
And thank you, Rook. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
This has been a production of SModCo Internet Radio. This has been a production of SModCo Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.